The HMSS Mercy's hand drifted through the Cygnus sector like a luminous pearl against the void. Its gleaming white hull, emblazoned with crimson crosses, proclaimed its purpose to all who might encounter it, a beacon of healing in the harsh darkness of space. As humanity's most advanced medical vessel, it carried a reputation that crossed species and political boundaries. Commander Thaddeus Blackwood stood on the observation deck, watching the swirling nebula outside. 23 years in the interstellar, medical corps had hardened him to many things, but not to beauty. The Mercy's hand was his final command before retirement, a supposedly peaceful posting after decades of frontier medicine. "Commander," Chief Medical Officer Lysithea Orville approached, her bronze skin catching the nebula's glow. "The Vithuri refugees are stabilized. 43 cases of radiation poisoning, but we'll save them all." Blackwood nodded. "Good work, Lysithea. How's our newest recruit handling things?" Lysithea's expression shifted. "Dr. Isolde Karajan. Brilliant, but difficult. Half the staff can't stand her, the other half worship her. I've never seen anyone diagnose an alien physiology so quickly." Before Blackwood could respond, the ship's AI chimed in. "Commander, unidentified vessels approaching. 6 signatures. Dravek configuration." The air seemed to freeze in Blackwood's lungs. Draveks, the scourge of the outer systems, brutal raiders, with a particular hatred for human medical technology. They believed suffering strengthened the soul and healing was spiritual corruption. "Battle stations," Blackwood ordered, "activate defensive protocols." The Mercy's hand wasn't a warship. Its shields were designed to withstand cosmic radiation and micrometeorites, not concentrated weapons fire. Its entire defense consisted of a handful of point defense turrets meant to clear debris from its path. In the medical bay, Dr. Isolde Karajan barely looked up from her microscope when the alarms sounded. Tall and gaunt with heterochromatic eyes, one steel gray, one amber, she had been examining cellular regeneration in a Vithuri child when the ship shuddered under the first impact. "Dr. Karajan, we need to move patients to the inner chambers," Nurse Thexus called out, his forearms already gathering emergency supplies. "Not this patient," Isolde replied, her voice eerily calm. "His cellular integrity will collapse if we move him now." The ship rocked again, more violently. Lights flickered. "We have no choice," Thexus insisted. Isolde finally looked up, her mismatched eyes calculating. "There's always a choice. Get me access to the communications array and the ship's quantum processors." "What? We're under attack." "Precisely why you should stop arguing and do as I say." On the bridge, Blackwood watched in horror as the Dravek ships formed a perimeter around the Mercy's hand. Their leader, a massive battlecruiser bristling with weaponry, transmitted a message. "Human healing vessel. Your corruption ends today. Surrender and be purified by death." "Sir," his communications officer turned, face pale. "Someone from medical is requesting emergency access to our communications and computing systems." "Denied," Blackwood snapped. "We need everything for defense." The officer swallowed. It's Dr. Karajan, sir. She says she can stop this, but only if you grant access in the next 60 seconds." Blackwood hesitated. Karajan's reputation had preceded her assignment to his ship. Brilliant but unstable, a prodigy who had been passed from posting to posting because no one could handle her methods or her attitude. Another blast rocked the ship. 3 of their 6 engines went offline. "Grant her access," Blackwood ordered. "Whatever she needs." Dr. Isolde Karajan's fingers flew across the medical bay's terminal, interfacing with the ship's systems. Her mind, a labyrinth of connections and calculations that had alienated her from peers since childhood, now became humanity's greatest asset. "What exactly are you doing?" Thexus asked, watching in bewilderment. "Draveks believe illness and pain are spiritual tests," Isolde replied without looking up. "Their entire culture revolves around enduring suffering. Their ships broadcast constant pain-inducing frequencies to their own crews to strengthen them." She accessed the ship's deep space transmission arrays, reconfiguring them to analyze the Dravek communications. Their neural pathways are addicted to certain frequencies of suffering. I'm going to give them an overdose. On the bridge, Blackwood watched in astonishment as the main screen displayed Dr. Karajan's work, a complex algorithm that intercepted the Dravek pain broadcasts and amplified them 1,000-fold while overlaying them with targeted neurological disruptors, sir, his science officer whispered. I've never seen anything like it. She's reconfigured our medical scanning equipment to directly interface with their neural implants. The Dravek ship suddenly froze in space. Their weapons powered down. They're experiencing a form of neural feedback loop. Karajan's voice came through the comm system. Their brains are overwhelmed with their own pain signals. Blackwood leaned forward. Will it kill them? No, she replied. But it will fundamentally restructure their neural pathways. I've introduced a protein cascade that will permanently alter how they process pain. In approximately 6 minutes, they will experience something they have never known: relief. True to her prediction, the Dravek ships began to broadcast a message, not of surrender but of confusion, then wonder. Their leader's harsh voice came through, trembling. What have you done to us? Isolde took over the ship's communications. I've given you the ability to understand what healing actually means. Your culture doesn't have to be built on suffering. Pain isn't strength. Overcoming pain is. The Dravek commander was silent for a long moment. This feeling, is this what humans call peace? It's the absence of unnecessary suffering, Isolde replied. Something all sentient beings deserve. In the days that followed, the Mercy's Hand became not just a hospital ship, but a diplomatic center. The Dravek fleet, once bent on destruction, now sought understanding. Dr. Karajan's neurological breakthrough spread throughout their fleet, then their civilization. Within months, the Galactic Council was faced with an unprecedented development. The Draveks, once the most feared species in the outer systems, petitioned for peace and medical exchange programs with humanity. Commander Blackwood stood before the council, Dr. Karajan beside him. In one moment, she changed the course of interspecies relations forever, not with weapons, but with healing. Isolde shook her head. I simply showed them what they couldn't see for themselves, that their fundamental belief was flawed. Pain doesn't make us stronger. Overcoming suffering together does. The Galactic Council ratified what would become known as the Karajan Protocol, a fundamental right of all sentient beings to be free from unnecessary suffering. Medical ships like the Mercy's Hand were deployed throughout the galaxy, carrying Isolde's techniques to worlds long ravaged by conflict. The once outcast doctor became the architect of a new era in galactic history, one where humanity's greatest contribution wasn't conquest or technology, but compassion made manifest through brilliance. And aboard the Mercy's Hand, now the flagship of a healing armada, Commander Blackwood postponed his retirement. The stars, it seemed, had more need of mercy than ever before, and more opportunities to show what made humans truly unconquerable. Not their strength in battle, but their genius in finding paths to peace where none seemed possible.